Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show today called NG 英文. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Haoen.
Hello, 大家好，欢迎回到我们西平方的节目 NG 英文，我是 Angela。We
have a great episode for you today with our good friend Ken Hsu, who's known around the Taiwanese community by his artist name, Ken Hsu.
是的，今天呢，我们很幸运的邀请到了当年的许晋豪，或是现在大家可能比较知道的 Ken 来 NG 英文跟大家聊聊他的音乐创作，以及一路走来学语言的经验分享。
But before we get to the interview with Ken and I, Angela is going to help us break down some different music genres that are very popular around the world. We thought it would be fitting to cover some different music topics today because Ken is a musician who has transitioned through many genres of music. Yeah. So take it away, Angela, here on NG 英文。
好的，没问题John，谢谢你的介绍。那没有错，既然呢接连2周都谈到了音乐，当然也要来跟大家介绍一下各种音乐种类的英文说法，对不对？我们赶快把 NG 七系拿出来准备做笔记吧。如果呢今天是你第一次听我们节目的话呢，也不用担心不知道 NG 七系是什么，它其实呢就只是一本你可以专门拿来记录 NG 英文重点的本子而已啦。一般那种书局啊、文具店有没有，甚至是废纸再利用，把背面拿来写也都 OK 哦。大家准备好了吗？我们要开始咯。待会的访谈中呢 Ken 啊，他会跟我们聊到各种不同风格的音乐，像是流行歌啦、嘻哈、饶舌，甚至是摇滚等等。那这些的英文说法怎么讲嘞？我们赶快来一一练习一下。首先，很多人爱听的流行歌，英文是 pop music。好，那这个 pop P-O-P 它其实是从 popular 来的。那像是现在常常都听到人家讲这个 K-pop， 它这个 K 啊代表的是 Korean 韩国的，所以 K-pop 就是指韩国流行音乐。那如果你喜欢猫王的话，就一定知道乡村音乐用英文来说的话会是 country music。 那如果你是喜欢泰勒斯 Taylor Swift， 他这种乡村流行乐的说法当然也要来学一下咯。我们可以说 country pop 或者是 pop country， 其实也都可以通哦。再来这个 R&B， 你们知道它的 R 跟 B 个别代表什么意思吗？它的 R 指的是 rhythm， 就是韵律节奏。好，那 B 呢，它指的是 blues 蓝调，所以这大家公认好听的 R&B 就是节奏蓝调。那嘻哈饶舌的话就更不用说了，大家一定都知道，嘻哈是 hip hop， 那饶舌则是 rap。 最后在夜店或是很多音乐节都会听到的电音或是电子舞曲，也顺便一起来练习一下吧。电音是 electronic music，那电子舞曲的名字比较长，所以一般会简称 EDM， 全名的话就会是 Electronic Dance Music。 这样子大家有了解了吗？希望刚才讲的这些对你的英文学习之路有所帮助。如果有漏掉没有听到或写下的也不用担心，可以上我们的 Spotify 或是 YouTube 频道，随时要听几次就改听几次。有什么问题也欢迎在底下留言让我们知道哦。那如果大家都准备好了的话，我们就赶快进入今天的访谈内容，听听 Ken 的分享吧。
Alright. As always, thank you, Miss Angela Ma, for that wonderful NG 英文 breakdown. My guest today is Taiwanese, but he has now spent half his life in America and half his life in Taiwan. He is a musician, singer, songwriter, rapper, fitness lover, athlete, and so much more. So everyone, please welcome my good friend, Ken. You know what's up right there. What's up, Ken?
What's up, John? Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us today here on NG 英文. So, my dude, you are a man of many talents, but right now you just finished quite a crazy weekend of filming a new MV, a new music video. Is that right?
访谈开始，他们会谈到 Ken 最近刚完成的一部花了10个小时拍摄的新 MV。我个人是没有拍过啦，也不知道一般都是花多久时间拍，但这样听下来感觉是蛮快的。好，他说其实15年前从美国回来的时候，就是为了要走音乐这条路。那确实那时候回来1年内就出了第一张专辑，只是呢后来事与愿违，加上又有点自我怀疑，所以就决定淡出歌坛。现在14年过去了，可以重出江湖，重返歌坛，再次做音乐，真的让他很开心。 那这边有个 Ken 讲到的句子，大家可以学起来哦。他说 Things don't always go as planned， 就说事情不会永远都照计划走，照计划进行。赶快来听他的分享吧。
Yeah, so Saturday we shot an MV for about 10 hours, right?
10 hours?
Yeah. So, it's funny because it's been 14 years since I've had a music video. And just a little backstory is I came back 15 years ago to do music. Luckily, I was able to make an album, shoot some music videos within a year. But things don't always go as planned. And then kind of just did my thing for 4 years in the music industry and decided, you know what, maybe it's not for me. And, there's a lot of self-doubt, whatnot. And then I ended up just stopping music for a while. It was good to be back out there making a music video after so many years.
Yeah, man. What a nice little backstory. And it really, actually, I'm kind of feeling the positive energy of the way you're saying, yeah, you kind of had to go with the flow. The music industry didn't work out at that time. But You know what? You kept rolling, you kept rocking and rolling, and now you're back having just as much fun, if not more fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And making a dope new music video. So let's share a little bit about this. So this song is called 太热了. So can you explain what's the backstory behind this?
前面我们聊到了 Ken 他最近刚出的新歌，现在呢他要来跟大家分享当初写这首歌太热了的原因。原来呀，因为这年头天气常常都很热，几乎每个人不管讲中文也好，讲英文也罢，随口都很容易一句就是太热了。加上因为大家几乎都会听阅读歌词，会谈到哪首歌的歌词怎么样怎么样，所以跟朋友就想说，不然来把这句太热了做成一首任谁都会提到的歌好了。这样只要每到大热天，大家呢就会马上联想到这首歌。哇，他这样一讲，马上让我联想到的是很久以前这个杜德伟唱的这句，这个脱掉脱掉脱掉那首，真也是蛮朗朗上口的。好啦，我们话不多说，赶快来听他的分享吧。
Okay, so 太热了 is something that every person is saying, whether you're saying it in English, like it's too hot, or 太热了 in Chinese, everybody's saying it at least a dozen times a day. And then we noticed that. And it started off as a joke, like, hey, write a song called 太热了, because music is what people turn to. People refer to music all the time. It's a habit that we do. So we're thinking, hey, why not hashtag 太热了, write a song, and that way when it comes out, anytime, somebody's out there going, oh, 今天太热了, somebody be like, 太热了, and then they'll refer to my song. So it was just something cool we wanted to do and just real fun.
It's such a business mind that you seem to have, and that kind of branding that goes around. Yo, let's hashtag 太热了, let's make it a thing. So anytime anyone mentions that, which is now for the rest of eternity, you might be like, yo, that's Ken's song. That's so dope.
Yeah, yeah.
So when actually is this single now dropping? When is that coming out?
不知道大家是不是跟我一样也在想说，那这首歌是什么时候要发行啊？其实呢，早在8月14号的时候就已经上架了。也就是说，现在在听这段访谈的各位呢，只要动动手指上网搜寻太热了就可以听到咯。那这边几个字我们先熟悉一下。第一个 John 他问到这句 When is the single dropping? Single 大家有印象吗？我们曾经学过这个字，用在音乐方面的时候 single 它指的是单曲。好，那 drop在这里呢是很口语的用法，跟 release 或是 come out 一样有发行的意思。所以 when is the single dropping 意思呢就是说这首单曲什么时候要发行， when is it coming out。 另外还有一个字大家也可以学起来哦， accomplice 它意思是共犯帮凶。好，待会呢 Ken 会提到说他已经有先给几个 accomplices 听过这首单曲了，不是在说他是这个囚犯，有给他的帮凶给他的共犯们听过这首歌，反而呢是在指一些他很要好的朋友。赶快来听吧。
Okay, so it's dropping August 14th, and then the music video should be coming out around the same time. Well, it depends on the edits, but it won't be any more than a day or two afterwards. And I'm just real excited to see the market response. Obviously, I love it. I've shared it with some friends and real close, accomplices. They love it. So we'll see how the market reacts.
Yeah, man. It sounds like it's a great track. So you have now kind of transitioned, though, from being kind of a singer, a R&B singer, to now pushing more into the rap scene. So can you share a little bit, what was the transition for that? What was the feeling for that?
紧接着在这段访谈中呢，Ken 会谈到他当初从一个 R&B 歌手到现在转型成嘻哈饶舌歌手的过程。他说当初回来台湾的时候啊，有唱片公司跟他说他的声音不错，可以当歌手，所以呢就帮他安排了大小事。那当时 Ken 也比较年轻不懂事啊，又是自己的唱片公司安排的，当人家说什么就什么都好，什么都 OK。 直到后来发现说自己好像都不太有什么可以创作的空间呢，所以后来就渐渐淡出歌坛。不过这次复出之后呢，可以自由创作写歌，让他非常开心。而且不知道为什么在写这首太热了的歌词的时候呢，他整个文思泉涌他说他从来没有想过会当嘻哈饶舌歌手，但这歌词竟然也就这样子很自然的在一天内就生出来了。
Let's see. So when I first came back, I guess they decided that, this guy maybe has a voice, he can sing, so they just found a direction for me. It wasn't so much my own direction, so I just went with the flow. Again, I was young, and when a record company tells you to do this, you do it. And so back in the day, I did that, and then I noticed it wasn't all me because I didn't have so much creative control. And I felt that despite loving to sing, there are stories I want to tell. And I think that's an important part of music, is being able to tell your story. So for me, this time why I transitioned into rap music was because I've always listened to rap music, but I never fancied myself a rapper. But this time it just kind of came out. When I was writing, I'd never been able to write a song in one day. And it just came out, it was natural, and I was just like, hey, let's give it a try.
Yeah, man. And I love that. Again, you said that so well, about, kind of the stories to tell. And, actually you're just kind of staying on your path of whatever that may be. And you never wrote a song in one day. And here you did. It just came out. And you're like, yo, all right, let's try this path. And,
right.
And that's dope, man. I really respect that. Well, I think that's such an incredible journey you're on. And now kind of thinking about the future, not to jump too far ahead, because I know I want us to focus on, just getting that single out and focusing on that. But do you see yourself kind of being in the rap scene now for the rest of your kind of entertainment career? Or where do you think with that?
接下来我们要问问 Ken， 他之后呢就打算朝这个 rap scene， 朝这个饶舌界发展吗？其实啊，他本身并不会说要去限制自己只朝某种特定的音乐风格发展，不会去限制他脑袋里的创作路线。像之前他是唱流行歌，就现在变成在唱饶舌。不过呢，因为他最爱的音乐种类还是比较偏 R&B 灵魂音乐那一种，所以未来最后呢，可能还是会朝那一部分前进。而且现在除了这首歌太热了以外，他其实也有写了另外一首结合灵魂元素的嘻哈歌曲哦。Ken 说他的目标就是要做音乐，不管最后的成果怎么样，甚至如果没有人喜欢他的歌，那也都没重要不重要，因为呢，他是为了自己而做。
I've evolved so much over the years, and like I said, I was singing pop songs 14 years ago, and now here I am making a rap song. So I really don't limit myself to music genres and creativity. So I love soul and R&B the most. So I think I will eventually head that way. But my next song that I've already written is still a hip-hop rap song with some old school soul beats. That's what I'm looking to do. So we'll see how that goes. But honestly, my goal is to just do music, whether it's for fun, even if not a single person listens to it, I could do it for myself.
And that's the attitude right there, bro. I think, when you're doing it for yourself, then beautiful things can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. So that kind of makes me think too, you're obviously so fluent in English, Mandarin, and I believe Taiwanese.
Yeah, that's right.
But are you focusing on now rapping in any one of those languages or trying to encompass everything?
在这段访谈中，Ken 会分享到说他其实母语是台语耶，他台语、英文、国语都会讲，都很流利。这对一个从小在美国长大的人来说真的是蛮特别的。那他既然3种都会讲，写歌也都会3种一起写进去，像太热了一样国台英一起唱吗？还是只是会用其中一种嘞？其实啊，当 Ken 在写歌的时候，他说不会真的去管要用哪一种语言去写， 就看灵感怎么来他就怎么写，3种语言混着用就对了。而且也因为这样子给他更多让歌词押韵的机会。但毕竟因为 Ken 他希望听歌的人都能懂他在唱什么，所以会大致平衡每个语言在歌里占的比例。那这边有个字大家可以先来练习一下，就像提到这个 encompass， 它跟 include 一样有包含的意思。
I try to put a little bit of each one into it. And honestly, when I'm writing the song, it's whatever's coming out naturally. So I don't say, oh, I have to write this in English. I have to write this. But I will notice that, okay, any song that has too much English or whatever is maybe not right for the market. Again, this comes from the business side where you're just like, okay, well, we still have to let people understand it. Because to be honest, there are a lot of people who still don't understand too much English. So you want them to be able to hear your story. So if I was going to write an all English song, then maybe only, foreigners, ABC, or someone would understand that. But I want everybody to hear my story. So I naturally try to write in Mandarin, but sometimes the English comes out, sometimes the Taiwanese comes out. I really don't control how much of it, but it's just, well, it's got to rhyme too, right? So I'm looking for stuff in different languages, and I think that's an advantage that I have is because I know all 3 languages, and actually Taiwanese is my first language, so it's actually surprising to many people when an ABC can speak Taiwanese fluently. They take a look at me and they're like, what, you speak Taiwanese? 你很台吗? And then it's just, it is funny to me, but I really consider myself exactly half and half. I've been in the States I was in the States for about 18, 19 years, and I've been in Taiwan about 18, 19 years. So I'm literally half Taiwanese, half American.
Yeah, man, I think that's awesome. And, like you said, yeah, it's an advantage. And, you have 3 languages under your belt fluently and you can pull from all that culture. And, that just leads to super intriguing tracks and a story that you've had. And I think that's incredible, man. And I wish you nothing but success. Again, that kind of makes me think, a little bit about your story, if you don't mind, kind of jumping into some of your backstory so you were born in Taiwan.
Yes.
Raised speaking Taiwanese.
Yes.
And then did Mandarin come next?
大家记得前面有没有提到说 Ken 他的母语是台语吗？接下来他又提到说在5岁前呢跟家里都是在讲台湾话哦，后来5岁之后搬去美国才开始也学英文，所以在回来台湾之前呢，他主要都是用英文和台语在跟人家互动交流，一直到15年前回台湾之后才又开始学国语，加上呢当时又有一个只会说国语的女朋友，而且还有本身的音乐背景，让他的耳朵比较灵敏，可以很容易抓到发音技巧，让他整个进步的非常快。Ken 提到说他觉得学语言对一个有音乐背景的人来讲是真的蛮有优势，因为你可以很快抓到字的 intonation， 字的这个声调语调，知道说哪里念错了应该要怎么改才对。
So at home you speak Taiwanese, and then I went to the States when I was about 5 years old, and then you go outside, you go to school, and you're speaking, obviously everybody's speaking English, so you only speak English. So those were only 2 languages I spoke. Then when I came back about 15 years ago, I had a girlfriend who only spoke Mandarin, so I picked up real quick. So I would say Mandarin is my 3rd language, and luckily I've been able to pick it up pretty fast. I think having a musical background is a huge advantage for anyone who wants to try to learn a language, because you hear the intonations and you hear what you're saying wrong. Whereas, they make fun of some ABCs or foreigners, they can't tell because there are different stresses in the Chinese language. Mandarin, again, is probably one of the hardest languages in the world to learn. I'm sure you found that out yourself the hard way.
Yeah. And I love it. And because I have such a musical background, I've always been aware, though, of, the intonations of the language. You touched really nicely on that, but that brings me to a question kind of about tips and advice, because you moved to the States when you were about 5 years old. So what really helped progress your English learning?
在这段访谈中呢 Ken 要来跟大家分享一些他当初搬到美国开始学英文的时候，觉得还不错，蛮受用的一些方法。那相信大家都知道，小朋友的学习力就跟海绵一样，学什么都快，加上小孩也比较不会多想，不会怕开口说会讲错丢脸什么的，所以呢 Ken 觉得他当时自己真的是蛮幸运的，小时候就过去，英文让他很快就上手。 他提到勇敢开口说呢，真的是学语言很重要的一部分。年纪小学习力强是一回事，如果是年纪大一点的话，那也没有关系啊。30-40岁人生都经历快一半了，也实在是没有什么好怕的了。就算讲错那又何妨嘞，让人家纠正你不用害羞啊，这样下次才会进步嘛。如果真的被笑了，那你反而有机会可以反问他会不会说我们的中文，看他可以吐出几个字。所以啊，各位听众朋友，我们加油，勇敢开口练习就对了。
Me being lucky was I was able to start young. Of course, not everyone is able to do that, right? Let's say you're 35 now, you're trying to learn English, but that's okay. The point is you cannot be afraid to say it. Just say it. I mean, people are going to make fun of you, that's fine. And just have them correct you. Have your friends correct you, and just don't be afraid to say it. That's the most important thing about learning any language. People get all shy and, embarrassed when they say something wrong.But I still say wrong things to this day in every language.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, and I think that's fun that you're saying that, like when you get to a certain, let's say you're 35, 40, learning English or whatever language, it's almost like, yeah, just say it. Like you're probably a little more confident with who you are as a person.
Exactly.
That is not going to destroy your self-esteem like it maybe did when you were a kid. Yeah.
People understand that is not your first language.
They're like, wow, bro, congrats for learning a new language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they're going to make fun of you, be like, well, how many languages do you speak?
Yeah.
Speak some Mandarin then, like, let me hear what you can say. So it goes both ways. So people are going to be more understanding. They're going to be like, dude, I understand it's not your first language, so
yeah.
They're not going to laugh at you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So that makes me think about a question I love to ask here on NG Ingwen. Do you remember any times, though, you struggled with a word in, let's say, Taiwanese, Mandarin, or English? Something that maybe you said wrong for many years and your friends had to correct?
紧接着 Ken 会跟我们聊到他常常把一些中文讲反的有趣经验，像是摇滚乐有没有 ？Rock and roll。他不知道为什么都会把摇滚讲成是滚摇，每次讲出来都让人家大笑。但特别的是啊 Ken 他并不会觉得这样子讲错会怎么样，反而很 OK 耶，人家笑就让他们笑啊，因为他们是觉得有趣喜欢他这样子才会笑嘛。等等呢，大家要听到 Ken 提到这个字 endearing， 意思是讨人喜欢，就是说朋友这样子笑 Ken 的滚摇不是嘲笑那种笑，反而是喜欢开心的那一种。
Okay, let me think. All right. Well, I always say things in reverse, like the wrong way. Like 摇滚, which is rock and roll, I would say 滚摇. And then people would laugh at me, and I'm okay because they think it's endearing, So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, man. I love that. Dope, brother. Well, that's unfortunately leading us to our last question here on NG Ingwen. And that is, if you could go back and talk to a younger Ken,Would there be any advice you give yourself about language or life or music or anything?
访谈最后我们也是一样要来问 Ken 有没有什么话会想要跟以前的自己说呢？他提到啊，其实当时在搬去美国之前呢，有先在多米尼加住了1年，所以有一阵子其实是讲西班牙文的。但后来搬去洛杉矶之后啊，整个大环境变成是英文，所以就把西班牙文抛诸脑后。现在想想实在是有一点可惜。如果可以的话，会告诉当初的自己要继续把西班牙文学起来才对。毕竟洛杉矶那边墨西哥人也很多，可以跟他们练习啊。那另外他也有提到自己的音乐之路，如果可以的话呢，真的要 persevere， 要坚持下去。虽然呢，他觉得当初离开歌坛真的是浪费了很多时间，但现在回想起来，那时候的确也是需要一些时间来充实自己。要先吸收很多人生经验，才有办法来写歌，说出自己的故事。那这里他说的这个字 retrospect 就是回想的意思。我们赶快来听访谈最后这段分享吧。
Okay, let's say each part language, I would say keep learning because there were a lot that I spoke Spanish for a little bit because I actually lived in Dominican Republic for a year. I didn't mention that, but when we first went abroad, I lived in Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo.for about a year, and then we went to LA. So I wish I would have stayed with Spanish. I would have told myself, hey, a lot of Mexicans here. Why don't you stick with Spanish? Just practice with them. With music, I definitely would have told myself to, again, persevere. Keep going with it. Don't stop because I wish I hadn't wasted those 10 years. But in retrospect, I think I needed to grow up. I needed to gain some life experience and really learn things the hard way in order to have a story to tell. And with life, yeah, I can't complain much. I've had some bumps, but I've enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, man. I love that. Yeah, and I think that hindsight, that retrospect, yeah, is very important right there to think about. You know, you probably had a lot of development during those years
Absolutely.
where you kind of took off from music. And,
Yes.
you know, I think I'm really happy to see you jumping back into it, man. I think that's something that already alone to me is huge inspiration and a dope story. Like, you know.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just
like, yo, you're getting back on it. Let's go.
You know, that's I think that's something that's going to come up is that I am currently 39 and I'm going back into music. People are going to be like, what is this guy doing? But the truth is, it's never too late to start, man. This could be a midlife crisis. Call it what you want, but I'll be back. So it's going to be 查热了.
Oh, 查热了. Yeah, that's right, man. I love it. 查热了. Let's go. Well, congratulations on the single and jumping back into the game. And where can people find kind of all your music and more about your life online?
Okay, so this time I'm coming out. My name's going to be K.SWO, K-SWO.
K-SWO.
And so you can just find me on all the platforms, IG, YouTube. We're going to have the music video on YouTube. The music will be on all the platforms, KKBox, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys support and check me out.
K-SWO, still working overtime. I love that.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Man. All right, Ken. Well, it's been a pleasure, my brother, and good luck with everything, and I'll talk to you real soon.
You know, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care, everyone. Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG Ingwen show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG Ingwen, or you can search on IG, NG English, ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
好，那我们今天西平方的节目 NG 英文就到这边告一段落啦。感谢大家的收听，别忘了到 IG 搜寻我们的粉丝专页 NG 底线 English 再底线 ICRT。大家也要记得每周三早上6点半到7点，或是晚上9点到9点半，把广播调到 ICRT FM 100，准时收听我们节目哦。那也欢迎各位上网搜寻西平方的攻其不备课程，或者呢是到我们西平方的官网多读一些有关 NG 英文的文章，看看有哪些是可以吸收学起来的小撇步哦。我们下周见了，拜拜。